Chennedy Carter's world came crashing down in an instant, and the fallout has been nothing short of explosive. Once celebrated as one of the brightest stars in women's basketball, Carter's career took a dramatic turn when she was fired from her team following allegations of assaulting fellow WNBA standout Caitlin Clark. What followed was a public meltdown that left fans, analysts, and even casual observers stunned. The drama unfolded in real time, with emotions running high, accusations flying, and reputations hanging in the balance. But this isn't just a story about two athletes clashing. It's a tale of ego, pressure, and the intense scrutiny that comes with life in the spotlight. The incident itself happened during what should have been a routine practice session. Tensions were already simmering between Carter and Clark, two players known for their fierce competitiveness and strong personalities. Sources close to the team say there had been friction for weeks, with disagreements over playing time, leadership roles, and on-court chemistry, but no one could have predicted what happened next. Witnesses describe a heated argument that quickly escalated into a physical altercation. According to reports, Carter allegedly shoved Clark during the exchange, leaving her shaken and prompting immediate intervention from coaches and staff. Within hours, the team released a statement announcing Carter's termination, citing a violation of team policies and a commitment to maintaining a safe and respectful environment. For Carter, the news was devastating. Known for her fiery passion and unmatched talent on the court, she had always thrived under pressure, but this was different. This wasn't just a bad game or a tough loss. This was her livelihood being stripped away in front of the entire world. In the days that followed, Carter took to social media to vent her frustrations, unleashing a torrent of angry posts that painted her as both defiant and unhinged. She accused the team of betraying her, claimed the altercation was blown out of proportion, and even insinuated that jealousy and favoritism played a role in her dismissal. Her words were raw, unfiltered, and at times, deeply unsettling. Fans who once cheered her name were now divided, unsure whether to sympathize with her plight or condemn her actions. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark found herself thrust into the center of a media firestorm. As one of the league's most promising young talents, Clark had already captured the hearts of millions with her poise, skill, and humility, but now, she was forced to navigate the uncomfortable position of being portrayed as both victim and antagonist. While she initially declined to comment on the altercation, the weight of public opinion soon became impossible to ignore. Supporters rallied around her, praising her professionalism and resilience, while critics questioned why she hadn't spoken up sooner. Some even speculated that the incident might affect her performance moving forward, though early signs suggest Clark is determined not to let it derail her season or her legacy. As the dust began to settle, the broader implications of the feud started to emerge. For the WNBA, this was more than just a PR headache. It was a test of how the league would handle internal conflicts among its top players. The decision to terminate Carter sent a clear message about zero tolerance for violence, but it also raised questions about whether enough had been done to address the underlying tensions before things spiraled out of control. Coaches and teammates reportedly noticed warning signs long before the altercation occurred, yet little action was taken to mediate the growing rift. Now the league faces mounting pressure to implement stronger conflict resolution strategies and provide better support systems for its athletes. Carter's meltdown, however, wasn't limited to social media rants and cryptic subtweets. Behind closed doors, those closest to her revealed a side of the star few had seen before. Friends described her as emotionally drained, struggling to cope with the sudden loss of everything she had worked so hard to achieve. Rumors swirled about late-night phone calls filled with tears and anger, impulsive decisions fueled by desperation, and even talk of walking away from basketball altogether. It was a stark contrast to the confident, larger-than-life persona she projected on the court, a reminder that beneath the surface, even the strongest among us can crumble under pressure. And yet, amidst all the chaos, there were moments of clarity. In one particularly candid interview, Carter admitted that she had made mistakes, not just in the heat of the moment, but throughout her career. She spoke openly about the immense pressure she felt to live up to expectations, the toll it took on her mental health, and the difficulty of finding balance between ambition and accountability. It was a rare glimpse of vulnerability from someone who had always seemed untouchable, and for many it humanized her in ways they hadn't anticipated. Still, apologies and introspection weren't enough to salvage her reputation or her job. The damage had been done, and rebuilding trust would take far longer than anyone expected. For Caitlin Clark, the aftermath brought its own set of challenges. While she avoided engaging directly in the controversy, the constant attention surrounding the incident inevitably affected her focus. On the court, she remained a powerhouse, delivering performances that silenced doubters and reinforced her status as a generational talent. Off the court, though, she grappled with the complexities of newfound fame and the burden of representing an entire movement. As a face of the WNBA's push for greater visibility and equality, Clark understood the importance of staying composed and professional, even when others didn't. Yet, privately, she admitted to feeling overwhelmed by the weight of it all, acknowledging that navigating such high-stakes situations at such a young age was no easy feat. The ripple effects of the altercation extended beyond the two players involved, touching every corner of the WNBA community. Fans debated endlessly about who was right and who was wrong, often letting personal biases cloud their judgment. Analysts dissected every detail of the incident, speculating about what really happened behind closed doors and what it meant for the future of the league. Sponsors and advertisers weighed in cautiously, mindful of the potential impact on their brands. Meanwhile, current and former players voiced a wide range of opinions, some calling for stricter discipline, others advocating for compassion and understanding. It was a microcosm of society itself, a reflection of how we respond to conflict, accountability, and redemption. One of the most intriguing aspects of the saga was the way it highlighted the unique pressures faced by female athletes. Unlike their male counterparts, women in sports often find themselves battling not only opponents but also stereotypes, double standards, and systemic inequities. Every move they make is scrutinized, every misstep magnified. For Carter and Clark, this reality added another layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. Their clash wasn't just about personalities or egos, it was emblematic of the broader struggles women face in asserting themselves in a male-dominated industry. And while neither player emerged unscathed, their ordeal sparked important conversations about representation, respect, and the need for systemic change. In the weeks following the incident, attempts at reconciliation were sporadic and largely unsuccessful. Efforts to mediate between Carter and Clark reportedly fell flat, with both sides unwilling to budge from their respective positions. Team officials expressed frustration over the lack of progress, emphasizing the importance of unity and teamwork in achieving success. Yet, it was clear that deep-seated resentments remained unresolved, casting a shadow over the entire organization. For fans hoping for closure, the stalemate was disappointing, but perhaps unsurprising given the intensity of the emotions involved. Despite the setbacks, there were glimmers of hope. Some within the league saw the incident as a wake-up call, an opportunity to address long-standing issues and foster a culture of mutual respect. Initiatives aimed at promoting mental health awareness, improving communication skills, and encouraging empathy gained traction, signaling a shift toward prioritizing the well-being of athletes alongside their performance. These efforts may not undo the damage caused by the altercation, but they represent a step in the right direction, a recognition that true greatness extends beyond wins and losses. As for Chennedy Carter, her journey is far from over. Though her future in the WNBA remains uncertain, she continues to train tirelessly, determined to prove that she deserves a second chance. Whether she'll be able to rebuild her career, and her image remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: she has learned valuable lessons about humility, responsibility, and the power of perception. For Caitlin Clark, the road ahead is equally challenging, but full of promise. With each game she plays, she cements her place in history, inspiring countless young women to dream big and aim high. Together, their stories serve as a reminder of the fragility and resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring impact of choices made in moments of crisis. Ultimately, the saga of Chennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark is more than just a cautionary tale. It's a testament to the complexities of human nature and the pursuit of excellence. It reminds us that even the brightest stars are fallible, that forgiveness is possible but never guaranteed, and that growth often comes at great cost. As the WNBA moves forward, it carries with it the lessons of this tumultuous chapter, a blueprint for navigating adversity and emerging stronger on the other side. And for fans watching closely, it's a story that will linger in their minds long after the final buzzer sounds.